On the show today, I accidentally discover something which I think is going to change your short game. It's my finger.
It's a weird bit of advice, guys. And also, the challenge tour / Hotelplanner tour has come to an end on the road to Mallorca, and we deep dive it for the first 15 minutes because I think it's the best thing in golf.
Welcome back. It is another week, and we are now in very much what I like to call November, which is a great time to be a golfist, isn't it? It's bleak out there, Tom Green. It's bleak and wet and leafy.
It's really bleak, right? But I've just done something that has ignited a spark of golf enjoyment in my heart, and I know we talk about this every single year, and I feel a bit bad that I'm now going to talk about it now when I should have spoken about it last week.
Okay.
Have you watched what I've just watched on Sky Sports Golf?
No. Why? What's the Sky Sports Golf? What? No. What?
Well, yesterday, everyone, it was the grand final of the Hotelplanner Challenge Tour, Road to Mallorca.
Oh, my God!
Club de Golf Alcanada, the one that I've got the old hat on right now. There she blows.
Yeah.
And it's the season final. And I know we bang on about this every single year as it comes round and blah, blah, blah. But it really is a really good watch because it's all well and good watching these guys on the DP World Tour and the PGA Tour, and they fight it out every week. And it's like, what's the difference between if you came 19th or 21st, a couple of grand? The difference today is whether these guys get their DP World Tour card and how their life looks for the next 12 months.
It's the 24 hours in A&E of golf, isn't it? I mean, the jeopardy could not be higher.
It's amazing. And you watch the interviews afterwards, and we know what it's like on this show. How often do you watch interviews with golfers, and they're like, I did a couple of bogeys out there today. And you've got guys breaking down in tears, right? Yeah. You've got people like James Morrison, who lost his card, who's now got back on, his kids on his bag, and he's saying, I don't even have a tour bag anymore. I need to get a tour bag. I thought
he had Nelly Furtado on the bag. Hasn't he got Nelly Furtado on the bag? Is that? That's good stuff.
Oh yeah. It's a music gag.
Singer
it's a
James
music
Morrison.
gag.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd say for a Monday morning, that's not bad, even though we're recording this on a Sunday afternoon. No, I mean, it's just also the thing you get from watching these things, and I'm cross with myself that I've not been watching it. I've been fishing today. Let's not dwell on that.
No, fishing is ruining my life in coming. We've said it before.
Yeah, I know. My youngest has got into fishing. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. What I love about when you worked on Challenge is obviously you got into your BLT. You love your bit of Brendan Robson.
Brandon
Robson,
Robson
his
Johnson.
name is. Yeah, brilliant guy. Yeah. But you also got into your Penge. You got hooked on Penge. And what happens is you get to be the guy. Basically, what happens is it's a bit like when you like an indie band as a kid or as a teenager, and you get to say, I saw Coldplay when they were playing to 150 people. And if you are watching the Challenge Tour stuff, what's it called now? The Sunrise, the Sunflower
the Hotelplanner Tour, of course.
Yeah, why not? If you're watching your Hotelplanner now, and in a couple of years these guys are massive, you get to say, well, I was there. I remember watching them then. And it's a really great way to, get hooked and have that sort of long-form reward of watching a player go from strength to strength. And
it was so nice to watch it this afternoon and also see so many supporters. These Challenge Tour events can often be a little bit poorly attended, even though I'm pretty sure they're free. You could just go and watch it. I don't want to cover old ground. If I've said it before, if you're a golf nerd, when these events roll around, you got to go and see them. In my opinion, there should be more of these events around England because I think you'd get a much bigger turnout, but they put it everywhere. It literally goes everywhere, this tour now. It was pretty well attended today. So everyone had a bit of a following, which was really nice. It was really nice to see. And every time I say this on the show, we get loads of messages from people going, well, if you'd done this, you'd have known about it, or they do that already. I just wish we'd shouted about this a little bit more and loads of people were watching it because the stories are amazing. It's unbelievable the quality of product that is hiding behind the politics of golf. The standard and the excellence that you can find out there, whether it's on tours like this, whether it's on the women's tour, wherever it is around the world. Is it still Corn Ferry? Is that a thing? Yeah, it's still Corn Ferry. Corn Ferry's still on, yeah. Why is it not, sung about? And so that idiots like us, and I assume most of the guys who are listening to this, it feels like you need to be an absolute 10 out of 10 golf nerd to really dig into this stuff. And it's a shame that it's not more mainstream for us. Certainly I talk about myself. I'm a 6 out of 10 golf nerd, and it should be available to us. Yeah, and the thing is that any of these things is there was a few moments, I'll be honest, there's a few moments where watching it this afternoon, I was like, that level of golf isn't great. There was a couple of moments where you're like,
what happened? Oh, what happened? Bad chips, bad drives,
bad chips, bad. I'm not going to name certain plays and certain shots. I don't think it's great. There's a couple of moments you're like, oh god, that's bad, and you really see the difference between the DP World Tour and the PGA Tour and the level these guys are.
Yeah.
But also the pressure they're under, going down 18, knowing that it's the money's different, the life is different. You know, I do not know. And one day when we do our interview series, which we are working on, we will get some of these players on to talk, because how do they even survive doing another year on the tour, on the Hotelplanner Challenge Tour? Because there's not enough prize money. Even if you win, there's not enough prize money to keep the circus going.
It's just such sliding doors moments as well, because we all know, or we've all come across pros who had that good year. I once played in this tournament, or I once got this close to that. And you think, all right, fair enough. And for these guys who are walking down the 18th, one shot off making it to the DP World Tour, the pressure, and I hope it isn't in their brains, but it must be in their brains, thinking, am I going to spend the rest of my life saying I was one shot off making it onto the multi-million-pound DP World Tour? Am I just going to, like, it's the proximity to this generational wealth as well, because it changes everything for your family around you. And it does, from talking about it from a totally selfish point of view, it makes for a great watch, and it means it's healthy for golf if we all get into that stuff.
Here's a big question, Tom, and this is a little bit talk sport, and I'm very knowledgeable that I don't watch lots of other sports, so this is quite a broad statement. But
what other sport does this? Yeah.
Is there a disparity in other sports like there is in golf? The difference between making it and not making it in golf is ridiculous.
Football's got it. Football's got it all over. Like, football is insane. The top 1% compared to the rest is insane. And also football's great with grassroots. Loads of grassroots stuff.
My argument against the football thing, right? And this is someone, I used to work at Preston North End, so I can only talk about Preston North End because I literally don't watch any other football. But when I worked at Preston North End, we were in a very low league, right?
Yeah.
So we were the league before the Premier League, maybe even the league below that as well. And these guys, these players, still had a really nice life. Like, they had nice houses, they had decent cars, like they had a good normal life. So they can still pursue the sport they love and hopefully break through into the Premier League and whatever, right? My worry with the Challenge Tour is that it's under so much pressure that if it did disappear, how do we get the Marco Penges? I just think the disparity, like in
absolutely.
football, the difference between the 1% and the rest is vast, but at least the rest can still live. And I don't think guys on the Challenge Tour, unless they're funded elsewhere, can afford to live. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
that's a very good point. And also live to you're absolutely right. My wife's from Chesterfield, and they're in God knows what league. Honestly, don't know. Second or third. And there's a few players who live near her parents, and they've got quite nice houses. And like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, he's a pro footballer at Chesterfield.
Yeah.
And you know, you wouldn't get that. So that's fourth. So that's third division or fourth from the very top. The equivalent in golf, you're absolutely right, is he's earning £18,000 a year. Like he has to do other work. He cannot live.
He lives with his
kids
parents
or whatever
when he's not touring.
Yeah. And that's a really interesting point. And I think that golf really, really rewards massively the top 1%, and maybe has more to do to reward the next 10%, the next 20% behind. Because as you say, that's where you get your next superstars, and that's how the sport stays alive. It's totally true. I just had a question I really like. No, I definitely don't want you to name any names, but it's just interesting. If you're watching a DP World Tour or a PGA tournament, and someone spaffs a drive and it goes massively right, you're watching someone have a Jordan Spieth moment and they're basically playing over a barn to get back onto the course.
Yeah.
And you don't think Spieth is a muppet. You think he's having a moment. But watching something like this, like you're describing, you're right. The shot that exposes the next layer down is, I would say, short game. Because I think we are so used to watching top players. They might have a moment of madness and a drive goes crazy. But when you get them near a green, they're insane. And the things they do near a green are insane. And I think that's probably the first sign you'd have that you're on the next division down.
Once again, I'm not going to name players and shots here, but you couldn't be more bang on about the moments where you go, oh, whoa, okay, you've gone from one bunker to another bunker. Right, okay, fine. But it's not, I don't believe I personally don't believe it's their golfing. Okay, it's partly their golfing ability. But I really
it's
think
nerves.
It's the nerves. It's how much this. It's how much this means. And this is what I was going to say with this is often the argument as to why sports lower down the rankings don't have the monies because they don't have the eyeballs on it. And yes, Hotelplanner Road to Mallorca doesn't have the eyeballs on it. But what I'm trying to say here is I do think it has the stories. I do think with the right thing, it's really great.
Yeah. Especially if you put it up against YouTube Golf. If you stick it on YouTube and put it in a world where DeChambeau and all those guys are getting massive views, obviously Golf is ruining my life. We're getting huge views, massive. Multiple hundreds of people.
I believe it.
Then there's a platform out there absolutely ready and waiting to watch these top guys play. But I also, as usual, I'm just obsessed with what this means for my game. Sure. And I think it's a really interesting window in that. One of the least sexy parts of golf that doesn't get as much attention. It's a bit like safety play in snooker. That doesn't get as much attention is a lag putt or an amazing chip, because those are the ones when you're playing well. If you are getting those lag putts and you're never 3-putting, it's huge. And you might thin a few, you might scull a 9-iron or whatever, but you can tidy up with that stuff, and it never gets the focus and the attention I think that it deserves.
Yeah, I think you saw it. I saw it this afternoon. It's the 8-footers. It's the stuff that on the PGA Tour.
Testify,
you're like,
brother. Yes.
There you go. That's in.
Well, of course
that's
that goes
no-brainer.
in. Yes, of course he's told it. Yeah, and we get used to it.
And you watch it. You watch what I've just watched, and you watch our own games, and it's, oh God, it just burns the edge. It's another lip out, and you're like, that par becomes a bogey, and there's other people moving up and whatever. I would be really fascinated. We will do it. We will, because we are going to do an interview series for this podcast. We're working on it. It's just various boring admin. We already do 2 episodes a week, right? I would be fascinated to know, because there's a lot of maths involved with it, right? Like, as people move up and down, it's all about where you're going to finish on the road to Mallorca. You might finish top 10 in the final event, but you need to be top 8 to finish where you need to be inside that top 20. I would be fascinated to know how much they know going into that final round, because it all depends what people do around you as well. It's not just your performance. Because watching it felt like the players that blew up, it felt like they knew how important that was. And I want to know how they knew. Is the caddy in the ear?
Yeah. I mean, there are signs up around the course, though, right? Even at that level, there are still signs up with scores on, or not?
Not as many as you think. There are. So, as someone that's played this, has been at this event, coming down 18, there is a big board, a big digital board, which has
imagine that's the first time you find out.
I know. There's a big digital board as you come down 18, which has the score and also your Road to Mallorca ranking. But outside of that, and I might be wrong, there's nothing else. Obviously, there's people walking around with the scores that 3-ball has at 8 under, 9 under. But they're a bit irrelevant if what you're going after is your DP World Tour card.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And also, the jeopardy of it's just so massive. I think, again, when you're doing your monthly medal, that never happens at your course, does it? No one knows how everyone else is doing when you're halfway through. And how often have we been at golf days or whatever, and you think, I could be on one here. I think I'm doing quite well. And you get in and you go, what? They got 48 points. All right, forget it. Fine. But I think, again, it's another argument for Scrabbit, which a few people have been mentioning on our Discord. Discord there. Don't forget to join the Discord. You can find the link on the episode description. But if you get on Scrabbit, which is a live scoring thing, imagine your monthly medal. I think we should trial it at a golf course. When you've got the monthly medal and there's, I don't know, Tom, 100 players out there, maybe less, 80 players, I don't know. And they're all out there. And if they can all see their live scores, it will really test people and bring maybe new players coming through who feel like, holy heck, I'm 8 holes in and I thought I was doing badly. I'm not doing that badly compared to the field. I think it could be brilliant.
Yeah, that's, I think, would be the most interesting thing. I think all us amateur golfers, I certainly wouldn't want to know, standing on 18, that I need to par this to do a decent score. That's the last thing that I want to know. But I think, go on.
Yeah, those guys at the Ryder Cup. I mean, the Ryder Cup was the greatest display of superhuman psychology. Forget the sport of golf. Forget the physical sport of golf. The psychological sport of golf was next level. Watching people like Fleetwood and Justin Thomas, like there's countless ones on 18 specifically on day 3 on the Sunday. You know, standing there all square on 18. There were a few of those. The Americans won quite a few of them on 18. How do you get that club through that ball? I mean, I cannot understand it.
I think what was really interesting about what you said about the Squabbit stuff, though, and getting it in a medal, is I think that's bang on what you said about players that aren't doing as well. Because there's something so cathartic about actually knowing how everyone else is suffering. So I ran a half marathon in Lisbon, right, a couple of weeks ago, and it was hell.
Oh my God,
I was in a really... whatever, I did a little thing. I was having a really hard time, and I went on my phone. I walked. I've never walked a marathon or a half marathon. I had to walk. It was that hot. It was horrible. But going on my phone and seeing the lads who were far faster than I am finishing and going, Jesus Christ, what on earth have we all just put ourselves through? It was quite like I can now really enjoy this. It really is hard out there. So how nice would that be in your monthly medal to look around and go, I'm not a million miles off here if I stop behaving like a beaver.
But I think, did you say Diva or Beaver?
Beaver. No, it's Beaver. It's definitely Beaver.
Listen, let's have some products. Come back in a second because I've got more to say on this. Would you like some products, guys, for a Monday? Yeah, some products.
Why else are we here?
Welcome back to Golf is Ruining My Life. I mean, it does feel like a bit of a realization, but what we've been describing, that idea of seeing how the field is doing, it's kind of what we're trying to do with the podcast, really, is that we're all, this community, all going, right, how is the rest of the field doing? You may not be playing at the same place or at the same time as me, but this sense that we're all trudging through this bewildering monstrosity together with the odd moment of joy. Can I talk about a moment of joy that I had on the course? Because I think something to think about as we head into the dark months is the moments of joy from golf that we can get, the little shards of joy that come through at this time of year, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm ready for them. I feel like I've parked my really impressive summer golf now. I'm feeling ready to sort of indulge in some winter golf, a couple of Guinnesses, have some fun. So please do continue.
That's right. So I was up in Yorkshire for half term with my wife and kids. And by complete coincidence, you may have seen this on my Instagram, we were in this beautiful valley and you come out of our little cottage and you turn left and you'd be right next to the most idyllic river where me and my youngest could go fishing together, right? Unbelievable.
Lovely.
Like you couldn't AI a better sort of river moment. It was incredible. Take a right, and we were next to Rosedale Abbey Golf Course, which is a par 3 course, 9 holes, Tom. One of the reviews on Google says, an excellent golf course if one leg is shorter than the other, which neatly describes basically you're playing on a cliff face.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
And I went and knocked on the door. There's a big sign saying closed because it was November, late October. And a woman came out. She's really nice. They've been there for 37 years. And she said, of course, you're welcome to play. But just so you know, we've not been on the greens recently. We haven't mowed the greens for a couple of weeks. And I mean, I would say the greens were 3 to 4 inches long. The grass was 3
It's
to 4 inches.
greenkeeper's revenge sort of gear, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't get the putter right. You are chipping everything in. And it was... Me and my boys, green fees. How much do you think it was for me and my 2 sons to play? All three of us.
I'm hoping for the kids it was like a tenner and 15 quid for you. So 20, 35 pounds all in?
35 pounds all in. I can improve that somewhat, Tom. 12 pounds, all 3 of us.
Oh, that is unbelievable. How are you even?
And that's not
how is there even an enterprise here to keep this thing going? Brilliant.
I think the family who live there just like having a well-mown lawn that happens to be a golf course on the side of a hill. We played 9 holes. We were the only ones on there. I think we will be the last ones to play it for the year. We got drenched because the grass was so wet. It was a beautiful autumnal day. And it was just so much fun because the course is obviously not a proper golf course. It's a par 3. I cannot recommend it enough. If you're in that neck of the woods, go and do it as part of a family trip or for a laugh. Obviously, it's a par 3 course. Do not take it in any sense seriously as an actual golfing enterprise. But it is so much fun and the view's gorgeous. And it reminds you the basic stick and ball gameness of the whole thing. Just standing there in a field going, go on, hit that thing over there. Like it was really... Yeah. It was really refreshing and it gave us, and we all had such a laugh. It took an hour as well because there was no one there. 1 hour to play.
Unbelievable.
And we all just, the kids were laughing and messing around. And I just thought, God, I don't think I let them do this enough on the golf. I think we all get, and it's not just kids, we all get a bit serious on the golf course in terms of behaviour. And watching them laugh was just like, God, they need to do this more often on the golf course. They're having the time of their lives.
Yeah, I think you've maybe stumbled on something that I really want to take for the rest of winter, and I feel ready to now after spending all afternoon watching that golf and also having not played golf for maybe 3 weeks now. It would be enough if you've spent all summer playing really good golf and striving to get better and blah 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 blah. I do believe that it would be enough over winter just to do it for the enjoyment and to just take it and have fun and enjoy it. Because on one hand, you've got 3 scenarios, haven't you, essentially? You've got the scenario where you keep on grinding all winter, which is a real trudge, and also it asks a lot of you because it's driving range in the evening, it's squeezing golf wherever. So you've got that. You've got the other one, which I don't think anyone on this show probably would do, which is just retire the clubs until April. None of us are those guys.
No. Come on. I did that in the past. I used to do that, but no,
none of us are those guys. Or you do what I think I'm going to try and do, which is I'm just going to keep having fun with it, keep a swing over the winter months, and then come March, we're not back to square one. We've kept the momentum throughout the winter, because that's what I need. My momentum is flat out at the moment in a bad way.
Yeah. I need to do something very quickly. I need to open the door and let my dogs out of the room. Again, we have the option to keep this in the podcast or not, Tom.
No,
what do you think?
No, it won't
keep
be edited
it in?
out.
Okay,
I've
got something important to say.
I wonder
what...
So what was it to the... I can't remember what it was to the kids.
Right, they're coming, Beth. Here they come.
There you go. That's fine, isn't it? Again, you wouldn't get it on Sky Sports, but it's okay.
I have got something quite important to say, and it's this. So while we were playing Rosedale Abbey Golf Course, which again cannot recommend enough, lovely tea rooms as well. I went to a tea rooms, Tom. It was just delightful.
You've had a lovely wintry autumnal break, haven't you? This is great.
God, it was
no wonder you feel refreshed. You look refreshed.
Yes, I feel 6 months younger. But in having fun, and there's a serious golf point here, in having fun, you play around more and you try stuff out and you discover new things, right? If you are in the rigidity and the kind of rich vein of form, we get into a place where we're scared to experiment and we lose our feel and our touch, and we try and repeat something that's just happened. And trying to repeat something that's just happened is a fading photocopy, right? And you get less and less good. If you're playing for fun, so which is what I was doing, and I was doing this chip, and I thought, hang on, I do a thing when I putt sometimes where I'm right-handed. My right index finger does a cheeky little touch on the bottom of the grip towards the shaft. Do you ever do that with your right? Like you're pointing straight down.
I know exactly what you mean. I do.
And I think I'd like to call this Price's finger. I don't know how everyone feels about it.
Ooh, it's going to be... I'm not going to brand that. It's going to be hard to get Spon on board for Price's finger, I think. Isn't it?
Oh, God.
Unless, Compede could get him on board.
Oh, my God. Price's finger. I'm keeping Price's finger 10. I'd love to know, do you do Price's finger, where you grip on the putter and you just point the finger, the index finger down to give you a bit more rigidity? Anyway, because I was playing and having a laugh, I did that on a chip, and it was amazing. It was a delicate little chip, and I brought Price's finger down. So I was just touching the tip of the shaft, right?
Brought to you by Compete.
The tip, just the tip. And it was fantastic. It gave me so much more control. And I thought, in the chaos and the silliness and the play, right, which we forget with playing golf, right? And this is proper Retellerism stuff. You discover a new bit, a new idea, creativity happens. And suddenly I'm like, I'm going to use that next year. I swear to God, I'm going to use that next time I play. Price's finger is here to stay. And I just think there's something to be said for going out and having a blooming laugh.
But some of my... a blooming heckin' laugh, actually, thank you. It's some of my best golf this year, though, has been when I've allowed myself to be creative and to have fun and to trust my own ability to be able to do it. When I was in my pomp of the... right, when that was all going on, one of my little specialities, and it's one of my few bits of my golf game that I actually am quite good at, right? And it's the flop shot. I love the flop shot.
Yes, I've seen you. Yeah, I've seen you do a lovely flop shot. Yeah.
I think it's because as a junior golfer, that's pretty much what we spent all our time doing was flop shots with the most spin. I actually have a bit of skill with the flop shot, right? But how terrifying is it to be bringing that bad boy out in the middle of medal play, right? And when I started to trust the creativity and the fun of the flop shot, my best shots this year have been from that fun, creative golf. So not only is it great to sort of encourage yourself to do it in the fun times, I think it's to encourage yourself to do it in the competition times as well, and back yourself, and remember that really doesn't really matter, does it? Come on, guys, it's all a bit of fun, right? And those are some of my most memorable shots this summer. I remember standing with a friend of mine, Chris, a work friend who was playing my place, and it was par 3. I'd missed the green on the right hand side, lovely, lush. Rough. You know what it's like? The idea of doing a flop shot off a tight lie is horrible. That lovely, lush rough. And I said to him, this is going to move. This is going to move down the hill. I'm going to put it 5 yards before the flag on the right-hand side and watch it move from right to left. Did it, and it went in. Yeah. It was the coolest moment I've had in my golfing career. So I think you stumbled on something there. Tom, before we run out of time, there's 2 people that I want to say hello to, if that's okay.
Yeah, Mum and Dad.
They're not Mum and Dad. Lovely listener Ollie, who listens to this podcast religiously, who came to our live show, who grabbed me at Busted and was a big fan of the show. And also, I really hope
you were at, but you went to see Busted.
I went to see Busted versus McFly. Yeah.
Oh my giddy aunt.
Yeah.
Did you see my friend Harry Judd on the drums there? Was he there? Was he doing the drumming?
Harry was there doing the drumming, I think. And I think Ollie, this might be half remembered, but Ollie, who's a lovely listener to this podcast, who came to the live show. Imagine that. You're in a room full of people, and someone comes over and goes, "I'm a fan of Gurlm," which is always great.
Oh my god.
To then
who was more excited, him or you?
I was lost my mind. I was like, my God, really, you're a Gurlm? He's like, not only that, I was at the live event. Jeff off, and I've got a hoodie. What the hell? Oh, you're a lovely man. And then a few weeks ago, I really hope I remember your name. I'm so sorry if I don't remember your name. I think it was Stuart. I was at a wedding of a guy called Phil, and Stuart was a big grumbler and came over and we spoke about golf. He has Callaway irons. He's a lovely man. So those are my 2 quick hellos to grumblers that I've bumped into over the last couple of weeks. It's always a pleasure when we see other addicts out and about, isn't it?
I was on the Tottenham Court Road in central London town, and I was... Did I tell you this? I may have mentioned this on the podcast before. I think I have.
No, you haven't. I don't think you have. You told me, you text me as it happened. I got like a live update. I can't believe it.
I literally think we're still doing this to 30 people like when we started. And I was with my agent talking about career stuff. Yeah. And a man came out of the crowd. And I saw him in the corner of my eye. I was like, is that man coming towards me? Came out of the crowd and went, sorry, mate, can I just say, love the podcast? And I was like, I looked at my agent and I was like, you need to make me more famous. Look,
you're not having 15% of that podcast. You've done Jeff All on it, pal.
Oh, get off that. But no, it's lovely and we really appreciate it. So if you ever do spot us, please come and say hi because we absolutely love it. Talking about spotting us out in the wild, we do need to do some events in the wild, Tom. I know we're bringing admin to the show, but we do need to do it.
I know. And I really want to. And I've been watching lots of little live podcast shows recently and they're so much fun. And it's so nice to have everyone in a room together who loves that same thing because we've all got the same, I feel like if you listen to the show week in, week out, we've all got that same sort of slightly depressing, weird sense of humour about this sport. Yes. That it would just be a massive laugh. So yeah, I'm keen. I'm also thinking of going off out of my. I think I'm going back to my carry bag. Tom, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm carry
golf
bag.
Admin.
I know. Well, I've got my motor caddy. It's getting a bit too wet now at my place.
Yes.
So I think the motor caddy is going to be benched. And I like to carry. I think it keeps my shoulders and my back loose. Otherwise, it gets a bit tight if I'm just walking and pushing a trolley. But I do, and I've said this before, Tom. I think the art of carrying a golf bag is certainly in summer dying out. I don't know if everyone's getting old at my golf club or whatever, but it just feels like I see. It used to be an old person's thing to do to have a trolley.
Yes.
I swear to God, everyone's got trolleys now.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, especially in summer. It's rife at my place, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. If I'm honest, I mean, it's slightly less. I guess it's less good for you, isn't it, if you're not carrying? But I mean, I think it's marginal. My point that I wanted to mention though with my carry bag though is, can you see what this is here, Tom?
So Tom's holding, I would say, it looks like an oblong. Is that the right? It's not a square. What is it?
It's a pulled out square. It's a pulled out square.
It's a pulled out square. Thank you. And it looks like it's got a zip around the side. It's white. Yeah. It looks like it's got a zip.
Yeah.
Lovely.
This was the flap at the back of my bag that it's where all the balls go. It's the flat bit, but you can remove these, right, and get fun things on.
What?
I had mine removed. I must have spoke about this on the show. I got mine changed, so I got sent a new one of these, which has my name on. Which, when I was playing off around 8, was sort of funny because I wasn't that good, but was okay. But now I'm going to go back to playing golf after not played for
Unbelievable.
3 weeks, and I'm going to have a bag with my name on, which makes me look like the world's biggest bell. I won't finish that word.
Yeah. It's dangerous. That's very, very dangerous when you have indications. Well, like the golf bag I've got got a Welsh flag on because Ping make the bags for the Welsh golf team.
It looks like you're part of the Welsh national team.
which is a real worry. Like not even Gareth Bale can take one of those, and he's good at golf and football. So I am quite conscious about that, but equally it's very cool. So I'm not going to ever stop using it. But no, I've gone back to Carry. I'm back at Carry. I carried around Littlestone the other day. I had Tom, I know we're running out of time, but I had the best time at Littlestone. My God. And we're going to do a feature on this, by the way. A few of you have been emailing us. Email corner coming on Thursday, by the way. The Toms at golfersruiningmylife.co.uk. The courses to go to when the weather gets wet and it gets a bit trenchy inland, where do you go? Littlestone is a great example. Head down there if you can. We've had a Silith for Tom. We've had a few emails about this as well. So we will be doing those very, very soon.
But our half an hour's up, unfortunately.
Yes, it
so
is.
we'll see you Thursday for more of this. I would say email corner incoming, get into the Discord. If you are new, I feel like we've had loads of emails recently saying I'm new or I've just joined from TikTok. Do go over to our YouTube channel because we did 3 amazing videos this summer around some beautiful courses in Scotland. One of them being the Renaissance course, where me and him went head to head. And there are times when it's a little bit competitive, and who knows who will eventually win. It doesn't end that way, but there's a moment where it looks like who knows who could win. So it's well worth going to check
if the man grinning is the one who won. Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
We'll get him next time, or maybe I won.
Yeah. There'll be a next time very soon, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for listening, watching, and subscribing and being on the Discord. Just thanks for being there, and we'll see you next time.
I love you. Bye-bye.